Banks have cinched their purse strings so tight, cash is hard to come by in zip codes you'd presume would be flush no matter what the economic weather. But money has to move in bad times as well as good, and Deborah Baer reports business is booming at the oldest pawn shop in Beverly Hills.
Befitting a town where appearances are everything, the Beverly Loan Company is discreetly tucked away on the third floor of the Bank of America building, just a block east of Rodeo Drive.
This is our waiting room. This is where customers come in. They are greeted by our armed guard, Oscar, who's been with us for many years.
Oscar controls the security door into the showroom and offices that are adorned with fine art.
Here's a Picasso. We see a lot of Picassos. We see Chagall's, Warhol's, Lichtenstein's, Rauschenberg's.
That's Jordan Tabak Bank, collateral lender to the stars and other denizens of LA's wealthy neighborhoods. After his mother died 3 years ago, he took over the family business that his grandfather started during the Great Depression.
One reason that celebrities feel comfortable coming here is because we never, ever, ever have named names. My grandfather didn't name names 70 years ago, and I'm not going to do it today. What I can tell you is you'd be shocked by some of the people who have been in here.
Inside the showroom, light pours in from windows framing Beverly Hills. The ambiance is more upscale jewelry store than pawn shop.
We have Rolexes, Cartiers, Patek Philippe, Vacheron, some fine crystal, Lalique, Baccarat, as well as a hourglass of diamonds put out by De Beers.
The finery for sale are remnants of tough times for the well-heeled, either sold outright for quick cash or used as collateral for loans that went unpaid. Wealth isn't such a reliable indicator of good money management skills after all. Tabak Bank says many of his asset-rich, cash-strapped customers turn to him instead of banks because of bad credit. But thanks to the nation's credit crunch, there's a new clientele.
Never before have we seen so many white-collar customers, so many doctors, so many lawyers, so many accountants, businessmen and women here getting the $50,000 plus loans. Normally, these were the people with great credit who could go into a bank and get the big loans, but that's not the case anymore.
A pawnbroker lends a fraction of an item's true worth, plus interest. He can sell the collateral to recover from the loss of a default and even make a profit. Tabak Bank boasts a low default rate of just 5%. Most of his loans are high-end, he says, upwards of 5, 6, even 7 figures. Beverly Loan employee Dan Rifkin is a certified gemologist.
One guy came in yesterday who is owed $150,000 for a movie that he did, and the studio bounced the check. He's got to pay his bills, so he came in here and left some items with us. And he was happy he was able to pay his bills. He said, I'll be back in a month to pick them up. Thanks very much.
Beverly Loan is like family, maybe even more so than family, because sometimes you can't go to family.
Or even to associates. Longtime customer Mark Friedman says he runs in circles with billionaires and millionaires. In a pinch, he goes to Beverly Loan.
The most I borrowed at one time was about $125,000. I was purchasing a piece of property in Hawaii, and I was short for about 2 weeks. I knew I was getting the money elsewhere, but I couldn't go to anybody else. I gathered up all my jewelry I had and even got a piece of jewelry from somebody else. Went in, and 15 minutes later, they counted out $120,000 in cash. They didn't blink.
Friedman says he's an entrepreneur who deals in entertainment, real estate, and boxing. One of his multi-million-dollar property deals is tied up, he says, because banks aren't lending like they used to. Short on cash, he pawned a ring to cover his $20,000 monthly expenses.
I just went in there 3 weeks ago. As a matter of fact, I got the pawn ticket here. I just took my wife's diamond ring and took it into the pawn shop. Okay, so I mean, it's not often you can just go in and get $20,000 on the spot, but you do what you have to do in this economy.
Friedman is scrambling to find more investors so that he can close his deal soon. But the clock is ticking, and he doesn't know if he'll be able to save his wife's 5-carat diamond, which is appraised at $45,000. Anybody can run into a cash crunch, says Jordan Tabak Bank, and nobody should feel stigmatized for having to hawk the family jewels.
Receiving a loan against a beautiful Cartier diamond is no different at all than receiving a loan against your home.
Especially in tough times like these. For the California Report, I'm Deborah Baer.